Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. For those of you new here, thank you for joining us, and I do hope that today's topic is going to help you. So today we're going to look at the shocking truth about the narcissist discard. Now, this discard can come as a big shock, but not only that, it leaves an incredible dent in your soul, in your spirit. It's almost like there's been a taken out of you, yeah? And you don't quite understand what's happened. So let's look at the truth behind this discard. Narcissists don't do things for no reason. Now, while you're going along with the narcissist, you start believing that they're pretty clueless in some areas, that they just can't get it right. They don't really understand this whole relationship thing. Bad time management, that's why they just don't call on time. And whatever's going on, you are not suspecting that in their mind, they're dreaming of either someone else, they have someone else in their life, or they are planning it. So the discard, the truth behind the discard is that it's been thought about. And this is what comes as a shock to many empaths. Now, okay, they may not have planned the discard. It may have been imposed upon them because you found something out. You may have found out they were cheating. You may have found out they were lying. And so then, without you realizing it, you know something's wrong. So you start distancing yourself. Or you start saying, I want my swipe back, or I want my keys back, or something's wrong. They're not reaching out to you, they're not trying to fix anything up. It's because they're guilty and they don't know what you know. So now when you go to initiate the discard, they've jumped onto it. Not a problem, right? Because guess what? You're the one who's going to pay in the end anyway. There have been people who have shut up and put up, and I'm talking in marriages or in long-term de facto relationships, 10 years plus, 10, 20, 30 years plus even. And they have put up with a lot from their partner, the narcissist. Now, never did they ever suspect that one of those make-up and breakups, right, was not going to come back to be a make-up, but that they would leave them. And this has happened a lot. So narcissists are always scheming. They're always planning. Now, many people may know this or may not, and you may have experienced it. But when you're with the narcissist, you never feel that you are their priority. You always feel that you are second, third, fourth on the list. And it's not uncommon for them to make their children their priority. And this is in families, where the children have, both biological parents are there, but it's the narcissist who will really start to zone in on their kids and push them up, make them a priority. And it makes the partner feel that they are not good enough. Now, that's very common. And of course, if you are entering into relationships in mature age and there are children, you'll always get the feeling that there's someone above you, more of a priority, whether it's kids, whether it's work, whether it's their hobbies. Now, of course, we're mature, and it's not to say that we expect, that the partner comes first, but it's more comes first in the terms of doing things together, or what you need to prioritize in life. This is different. This is more of this attitude that you're not good enough, and you don't feel that it's your needs ever that are important, so that validation's not there. You also sense that keeping their children happy is more important than them being happy, than them choosing what's right, which is obviously the relationship. Now, they can do this with friends as well. So this discard, of course, can come at, in different ways. It can be a complete discard. It can be that they've discarded you when they were supposed to see you because they've gone off to do work, they've gone off to do a hobby. Whatever it is, you start to notice that it's different. The temperature is different. Yeah, it's gone from warm to cold to freezing. And you start to feel that you are frozen out. You now start to spend more and more time on your own, whether you're living with them, whether you're not. You're still meant to be together, but you certainly don't feel you're together. And life is not feeling good. If anything, you feel that you've really dropped all the way to the bottom, to hell. It doesn't feel good. It feels lifeless. So the narcissist will either do it that way, prolonging it, right? Or it can be a complete cut, a complete shock, right? Now, why do they still want you in their lives when there has been a discard? This is what gets, sadly, way too many empaths into trouble. Narcissists will only do things that are right for them. They will keep you in their life because it makes them feel good, because you still want them. You're there as a friend. It makes people think that they're not a bad person, because guess what? All of my exes still want to be friends with me. It also helps if they do get new supply that you're not going to know about, but they're going to start making the new supply jealous, using you, yeah, because you're still friends. And without you realizing it, your name starts to pop up on their screen. Oh, look, he still is in love with me. She's still in love with me. So these discards are a massive shock. Also, sadly, when the narcissist has discarded you because they aim to destroy you for whatever reason, because you either maybe don't want them back, or possibly you've hurt their ego, possibly you spoke some home truths, and they set out to destroy you by pulling out like that, by sending some pretty bad stuff your way. They can hurt you through electronic means. They can really torment you in many ways, sending you phone numbers, calls from overseas, blocked numbers, calls. The real stalking stuff can go on. Now, what they're expecting is that you're just going to, collapse, be out of circulation. But when you come back, and possibly you come back even bigger, brighter, happier than ever, right? You don't even have to have a new partner. But they're always stalking exes. And if they deliberately wanted you to be destroyed and you're not now they're going to want to come back. Why? Because they have to finish off what they started. Now, if you think that I'm being dramatic or I'm being cruel by saying that they want to hurt us, they do. And if you believe that the person you're with doesn't want to hurt you if you don't do things their way, then possibly you're not with what I am referring to as a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath. I'm referring to people who are lacking empathy and, sadly, also conscience. That's right. They may have limited capacity for having a conscience. That means knowing what's right or from wrong and ensuring that they don't do the wrong. So when we are talking about people who are arrogant, prideful, lustful, deceitful, and you don't believe that they want to hurt you, if you slight them in any way, then you are mistaken. And remember, it doesn't take much to slight one of these people. All right, I do hope that today has helped. Remember, these type of people I'm talking to you about today, they don't muck around, they don't play. It's not a joke. As much as they may neg you and may make you want to believe that it's all done in jest, they don't muck around, right? So if you are a very important supply to them, but all of a sudden you are not going to play ball with them, then you need to understand that there are going to be consequences for you, right? And sadly, they're not positive ones. So it's important you reach out if you'd like me to help you. The things that I certainly help people with are quite different. in the sense that I understand a lot of what is occurring on the spiritual level. So if that's something that is of importance to you, the emotional level, but we have to go quite deep. In particular, if you have empathy, and I'm talking empathy in the truest sense now, right? Not everyone, people may have empathy, I'm not saying they don't, but I'm talking those of us who are highly sensitive, right, to energy, to empathy, because that's we're the group that feels things, right, so much more. All right, I hope today's helped. Take lots of care, and please reach out if I can help you in any way. Bye for now.